Go. Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to the Blue Corner. I'm here with...
Nordgulen.
And what'd you do today, sir?
I got top 4 at the Regina Regionals.
And what did you play?
Branded Despia. I think it's the best deck. I think
it was the
unless
most...
you're really a real veteran of other decks, this is what you should be aiming to play in events.
Yeah, I think it was the most played deck in the room by far.
Basically, yeah, if you learn the Sword Soul matchup and the Mirror match, like, you're basically gold. That'll be a majority of your matchups.
Fair enough. All right, let's see what you got.
Okay, so first the main deck. So I only play 2 Fallen of Albaz because I play 1 Incredible Ecclesia instead of a 3rd Albaz.
How'd that work out for you?
I did get screwed once by having Branded Fusion and having both of these already in the banish pile, but that was one game out of the whole tournament, and this like came up a lot. Like one of this deck's biggest things is you can run out of steam really quickly if you can't kill your opponent, and this coming back to your hand every turn, which by the way is a mandatory effect, you can't miss that. Just this being free discard fodder on repeat is really nice.
Yeah, Magnus was talking about how like sometimes this deck runs out of hand really quickly.
Yeah, and in those scenarios, that's where having a free pitch to because this discards, branded opening discards, super polymerization discards, and that's where this comes in a lot handy. And then for Despia monsters, 3. I play a lure, so I play 3. And 1 ad lib. I really wanted to try to fit Dramaturge in here, but it's honestly just not worth it. It's not good. It's one of those ones where for every time, if it's, sorry, I'm tripping over my words here. It's worse dead than it is better alive, if that makes sense.
Sounds like it's a win more then.
Yeah. It is really nice for pushing for game though, but it's not necessary. Then I play for the rest of for the monsters that mention Albaz besides the Ecclesia. I play these 4. I tried this at 3. I saw this at 3 in my opening hand once and never wanted to play 3 ever again. But I wanted to play 2 because I want Allure to be live more often, and like this with Allure is really insane. This kind of combos with this because you can search this with this, dump Branded Sword and grab this back so that you get your search and a negate. And then this is kind of like the 4th copy. That you can also search off Branded Loss. So I usually side this up for 1 second.
Fair.
3 Chain. This engine is way too crazy to not play. And then the last monster is Fairy Tale Snow.
What a stupid card.
I'm really surprised this got unbanned, honestly, and this card's crazy. This card is so ridiculous, and this card alone makes playing the 3 Albion worth it. You want to see if you can see Tragedy off Foolish or Gold Sark first, and then dump this with Branded Fusion, you're in a really, really good position. And then for Branded Spells and Traps, 3 Fusion, insane card. Opening, insane card. I wish there was more to say about this, but there really isn't.
Good cards are good.
2 Branded in red, 3 is Overkill, and 1 Branded Lost. This thing's like FTK in the mirror. Like, it's insane. 3 Patchwork. I sided one of these out a lot. I kind of think going forward I only want to play 2 with the 3 Chain, because like drawing 2 of these is really awful. Drawing this in Chain is awful, so I think I want to cut this to 2. The 2 Polys. Got the nice anime art. Not much to say here. You needed to search with this, and like honestly, just having another fusion spell is nice. Please Konami ban this again. 3 Allure because I've got the Merc and the Tragedy. It was never bad. I really liked this. Yeah, not much to say. It was really good. Seeing more cards is always good. There's situations where it can screw you over, but I feel like the benefits outweigh the risk.
What do you think of the chances that staying at 3 after this list?
I think it'll stay at 3. I think they're gonna be a little harsher on the ban list. Like I imagine this will get hit. At least I hope so. And I don't know, like limiting a lure would go a long way if they really want to be heavy-handed. If they want to hit it lightly, I could see this happening, but I don't know if I see that happening.
Fair.
And then I've got 3 one-of spells. Another card Konami could easily ban, and Tragedy Enablers. You want to resolve Tragedy before you resolve Branded Fusion so you can dump Snow, so I decided to play both of these. It was really good. Yeah.
Did you ever wish you had, say, Crossout?
No. No, I don't think Crossout's necessary. This deck's already really tight as it is because there's a lot of stuff you have to play. Like, I think the only thing in my list that I kind of want to cut is I just want to cut 1 Patchwork. Like, even then, I'm going down from 42 to 41. And then the last card is Branded Sword, just for the, like, add Merc back.
So, did you ever wish you had the new trap that just came out?
Branded Banishment?
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things that, like, since I didn't test with it, it's one of those, like, you don't know what you're missing if you never had it moments.
Fair.
So not really, but it might be really good, and I might be completely wrong on that. But I didn't have time to test, honestly. Like, a lot of the theory I have is recycled from other people because we had, like, a couple weeks to test.
Yep.
And then on my extra deck, 3 Albion. I feel like this is pretty standard at this point. You absolutely go through 3 in a game, especially if your main goal with Branded Fusion is to dump Snow. Yeah, not much to say about this guy. He's really insane. Brigand. He's what you dump off the second Mirror Jade effect when you're doing the 2 effects in 1 turn. Searches you Merc, specials Albas, and I never used it once. Titanicled. This thing is more or less in here to out your rival Cybers, because with Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, plus Lubellion, he's 41. But what his use actually was today was being the only other dragon in my extra deck for Albion or for Lubellion to fuse into under Rivalry. I was against Machina, and he's bigger than 3,000, so he couldn't out this with Citadel, and I just beat him down with this.
That's hilarious.
This thing is one of your best weapons against Sword Soul. It baits all of their effects. Like if they banish this with Sinister, you float. They pop this with Baron, it floats. This is not a good time for Sword Soul. Double Masquerade. I never made the second one once at all today. There are situations where you can though, so I'd still continue playing 2. 1 Lubellion. This is pretty standard at this point. He puts himself back in the extra deck. You don't need more than 1. Draco Stipelia, really good card. Double Mirror Jade, the obvious MVP of the deck. This card is... Whew, I don't know what Konami was on when they designed this guy, but man, this guy's good. 2 Guardian Chimera. I don't think 2 is necessary unless you want to play Pot of Prosperity, basically. You can get away with 1 for sure. And then Berserk, this big boy, he's basically a super play target. But he's such a blowout when he actually hits the field. You can suck up like Draco Berserker plus Chi Shao into this, run over Baron, and then special summon it. And then for my side, I've got 3 Contact C. It's good against Despia, unless they're playing the plane. It's good against a lot of decks that need their extra deck to have certain material. Like, if you're playing like Adding Nister and they need Cybers, this is good. Or if you're playing in Sun Avalon and they need plants, this is really good and they don't really have enough to it. Necro World Banshee, don't want to lose to Flu. Power going second card. I side this against Sword Soul. And any other, there are a lot of random rogue decks that go super wide board, and this is insane against them. 3 Cosmic, because I'm not losing to Skill Drain dot deck, and this is like randomly good against other stuff. The Zombie World. Evenly, probably the best card in my side deck. I sided this in against almost everything.
I think it's really good.
Like against the Mirror even. Like if they have even like branded in red plus a fusion, even just that, this is good enough because like you trade 1 for disruptions, and that's your worst case scenario. So I definitely think this should be 3 of in every side deck right now. And then the last card is just red reboot because my unfair card makes me not lose to their unfair cards.
Fair enough. All right, well, thank you for the deck. I believe this is top number 10, right?
Yep. 10 tops, and I think 7 of them are top 4s.
So what's it like to play in a regional in Regina after quite a long time?
It's honestly so nice, man. It really is. I feel like our community is really growing, and it makes me excited to play going forward. I also think the game is at, minus cards like Scythe and Mystic Mine and Super Polymerization. But other than those 3 cards, I think we're in an amazing format right now. I really like this format. A lot of cool decks you can play, a lot of options you can play. Yeah. What else is there?
Thank you very much, and until next time, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this.